Hey there, Chuck with MTG The Journey, and we are in Game 2 here of our draft, and we're doing pretty... I don't really know how to say how we're doing at this point, because we're pretty much getting outclassed here already, as he just has a lot going on here. And we are missing one very essential color. And there it is. So that seems pretty good. And right now, that Vaporkin is getting annoying. But that's fine. I am going to go ahead and cast the Karametra's Acolyte onto this. So we'll get a counter on it here. We are going to get to draw a card out of this. And Mortal's Resolve is fine. I like that, as we can just keep getting this thing bigger. There's not really much point in attacking with it this turn. But I'm assuming he's going to have some bounce spells here. And that's a Malatus Charlatan. We cannot block that this turn because it's got flying. So we are going to be taking another 2. And we do see a Humbler of Mortals come out here. And we could put out the 3/3 this turn and gain 4 life here and go back to square 1, which I think is going to be our option. As that does keep us pretty grounded here. We are not willing to lose that to the Malatus Charlatan at this point, so we are going to say go ahead, as that just gave us some catch up here. And we are hitting our land drops pretty consistently here, so I feel like we're doing pretty well at that point. And can't what? Can't block. Well, that stinks. So now he's going to come in with both of those. So that's kind of rotten. And we come across a King Makar, which is going to be really nice. And I think I am going to throw that out this turn. And once again, it's not going to do us any good to attack in here. As this Omen Speaker's 3 is really causing us some issues. top card of his or her library. So I get a snake and he gets a forest. If you don't, each player draws a card. Or he has the Death Toucher and I have a forest. Okay. -6, -0, huh? Alright. So, we have a couple of options here. I'm gonna go ahead and swing in with King Makar here. See what he blocks with. He's gonna do that. Sure. Go ahead and cast the Mortal's Resolve onto it. So it's just indestructible for the end of the turn. And then we will cast out our Nyx Fleece Ram here. What other kind of disruption do you got here, friend? I get a Traveler's Amulet and he gets a Swamp. I'm okay with that. He wants his Swamp. He's going to go ahead and attack with his Vaporkin. Don't have anything with reach, so can't do much with that. So we'll untap here. We'll gain 1 life. We may exile a target creature here, so we'll get rid of his flyer. So that guy's exiled. And he was really putting a drain on my life there. Gain another life here. Throw this guy out. Go ahead and pay 1 here. And we will go ahead and throw out our Humbler Mortals here, which doesn't really do a whole lot. Give us another blocker. But we will thin our deck out here at the end. Draw another land here. Say go ahead. I would really like to get that tap to add any color land. That would be fantastic at this point. The springleaf drum. I would really like to draw a springleaf drum. Be really nice. He's gonna asphyxiate my humbler of mortals here. Now he's gonna get rid of my King Makar as well. Just thinking pretty hard here about what he wants to get rid of. And he did decide he wanted to get rid of King Makar. And that's fine. So now I have 2 in my graveyard, so this is only going to cost me 4 to cast. And we'll go ahead and get out Grave Robber Spider as well. And again, no point in really attacking here. He's going to see what else we have here. I would get an eagle, and he would get an island. He'll cast a Prescient Chimera. A Golden Hind is fine. I'm going to leave some land open here to cast this. 1 less to cost for each creature in my graveyard. So 7, 8, and 9. So that's going to cost me 6 to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I want to leave this open because I can add +3/+3 to this, which would make it a 5/7, which is way more than enough to take care of his Prescient Chimera here. If I attack with Nemesis, he's just going to block with Pharika's Chosen, which stinks, so I'm not willing to lose that just yet. See what he comes up with here. I would get a Leaf Crown Dryad, he would get another Meletus Charlatan. Decides that's not a good idea. So I am going to block with this. We have a Nyxborn Shieldmate here, which realistically the best option here is to target the hero of line a tower with it. And just dump a bunch into it, really. So here we have to make a pretty tough choice. We can have him decide which one of these he wants to get rid of. But one of them's going to get through here, so we'll have him figure out which one he wants to die. He is going to get rid of that and let the Nemesis through. It's a decent choice. He is going to go ahead and probably let me have a forest so he can have a swamp. I think he's okay with doing that. But he doesn't, so he puts out his Siglid Starfish here. Or Sigilled Starfish, I'm not really sure how you say that. So I'll gain back another life here. I will throw out the Swordwise Centaur, because why not? I will attack with both of those. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. See how he comes away with this. Is it something that he wants? I hit OK. Why am I still losing time? Forested a Rotted Hulk here. Does he want it, though? That's the question. He does. So he'll probably be casting a Rotted Hulk this turn. Just to have something else to throw under the bus here. As I'm coming on with a pretty big onslaught at this point. Excuse me. A little bit of a cough here. So he's taking his time pretty well right now, trying to figure out the best way to approach this. And I'm not really sure what he's going to do here. Because he has 3 cards in hand, and we know one of them is a Rotted Hulk. So we can only assume that he intends to cast that this turn. but we don't really know. He could have something else entirely that he wants to do here. But in the meantime, we're more than content to let the clock tick away here, because our next draw is going to be very live, as we have a forest that we just drew. So we could really draw into anything at this point. And that could be a big difference for us, especially if it's something that is extremely relevant in this game, such as a flyer or things of that nature. But I'm pretty sure we already have our one flyer, Eagle, in here. We have the hero in here. We have the Dryad. Have the Humbler. So we have 4 in there, and this is 9, so it's going to cost us 5 to activate Nemesis and 4 to activate this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have more than enough to activate both of these this turn. We just have to play it right. So either he's going to be taking almost lethal damage, or he's going to be losing 2 things this turn. In either one of those, I'm okay with, because he doesn't have enough on the backswing to really put it to me. Unless he comes out with something crazy here. And I'm really hoping I didn't just lose this client right now. It seemed like I might have. Why isn't it responding? This is horrible. I have video evidence of this, you guys. I'm really sorry, but there's nothing that I can do about this right now. The client has frozen on me, and I'm probably going to lose this game and the match because of it. So we're back, and he casted Rotted Hulk, and I lost about 30 seconds there, but you guys saw it. So that's not just me. This is part of this program. So unfortunately, like, we just lost 30 seconds there due to the screw up of this program. And that actually works out really well for us. I am going to go ahead and attack in with both of these here, and just to see how he blocks this, because I'm probably going to activate both of them. And he has to block them, because if he doesn't, I mean, he basically just loses the game. So we're going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Activate the Grave Robber Spider's ability. And actually, I just lost like 3 minutes due to that. So he's going to scry 1. And we will go ahead and activate Nemesis as well, as we have plenty available to do that. And if that ends up costing me the match, then I'm going to be really upset, because that was no fault of my own that I lost that much time. So sure, that's fine. I'm going to draw Bramaz, and he's going to draw a Nyxborn Eidolon, so he's going to throw that in my graveyard. He doesn't want me having that. That's too dangerous for him. Oh, he does want me having that, so he's going to Nyxborn Eidolon onto something here. Or just get it out there, which is fine. But why he would give me a Bramaz is just crazy. as I'm just gaining life left and right, and he's losing it, so we are just going to go ahead and attack in with these guys here and this guy, because why not? The more the merrier at this point. He'll let that through. I'm okay with either of those being blocked that way, as I think he's just pretty much stalling for time at this point. I don't even care about casting either one of those, as it's just going to take more time off my clock. But realistically, I probably should have. So he's going to draw another card here. And at this point, I don't even think there's enough he can do to not lose this game. He's just wasting more time. This program is really irritating me. It's freezing up and not allowing me to click on stuff, which is making me to lose more time. Sure, you're still gonna lose. It's fine. Just enough. So here again, I'm not really sure that we really need to change anything out. I really do like the way that we have this set up, and it can be really deadly, and I really like the setup here. So we're just going to go ahead and submit this back away and go ahead and go with it. At this point, I don't know if there's enough time left because of this program and the way it happened, and I need to write down this event number. No, I won't mulligan this. This seems fine. As we have the Voyaging Satyr turn due here, which gives us a very nice advantage, I think. He's got the Omen Speaker, so that's a scry 2. But him having double the time as me right now is not a good thing for me. So we'll go ahead and get that out. He has his Miletus Charlatan. Which we just keep drawing into lands here, which is unfortunate for us, as we don't have the right lands to make that count. We need 6, and we're only going to have 4 available next turn, but 5 total technically. So he'll attack with this Miletus Charlatan probably. He doesn't, so I don't know why he didn't, but he didn't. So we'll go ahead and throw out Sword Centaur here. Leave the Mortal's Resolve open here. and see what he chooses to do. He's scry and then draw a card, so that's just going to be destructive. We need to get rid of that guy as soon as possible. And this is -3, -2, so even that's not going to do it. So he's just going to keep scrying and drawing cards, because he has just a ton of time. I'm the one with no time due to that program's malfunction. So he gets rid of that guy. So we have a nemesis here, which is interesting. So 6, yeah, I've got enough to cast this just as is. I don't even need. I really wish this program would quit being so laggy. It's driving me crazy. So he's gonna asphyxiate. He's just stalling because he knows I'm gonna lose because of my time situation. I don't know why he isn't attacking at all. It doesn't make any sense. Thank you. Finally, do something that's not ridiculous here. So I have a Brahmaz. That's going to help out a little bit. So I think I'll keep open my Mortal's Resolve here. He's got a Death Toucher here. That's fine. Servant of Timerat is going to be pretty scary, though. In a long, grindy game, anyways, it would be. So I'm going to go ahead and declare him as an attacker. So he's going to blast that guy in here and block him. So we'll go ahead and waste some time and do this. And we'll cast this Mortal's Resolve. Get rid of that guy. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll cast Humbler of Mortals here. Then he's going to asphyxiate that. He has double asphyxiates. I mean, how nasty can you get? So here we get Springleaf Drum, so now we'll be able to wait that Omen Speaker, but that doesn't really do anything. I would say that we can... I mean, there's nothing that card does at this point. Nothing. So we'll go ahead and do it to the Servant, because then at least we can block and kill it if he attacks with it. But he can regen it all day long. So it doesn't really matter. So he gives that guy flying. And let the drain game begin. And unfortunately, he just has access to too much card draw, and there's nothing I can do at this point. So here's a decent stall for you if I ever saw one. Gain another 4 life, go back to 18. Go ahead and attack in with the Nessian Courser here. So if I could hit a black source and a King Makar at this turn, at this point, I might be in decent shape. But I somehow or another don't see that happening. Well, there's the black source. So if only my next draw could be King Makar, then we'd be in decent shape. And he has more cards than he knows what to do with at this point. And unfortunately, it looks like we are going to just lose because of lack of time here. And again, I don't know why he isn't just attacking with everything. It seems a little redundant at this point to not be. But you know what? We'll play the game. I don't really care. So, unfortunately, I'm just pretty bummed about that whole time thing. I lost like 5 minutes almost due to that, and I'd be at almost 7 minutes right now, and there's a whole other game that can be played in 7 minutes. Like, how does he not have anything to do at this point? I just don't understand that. This is just ridiculous. Like, how does he not have some? Yeah, I was gonna say, there's not like you don't have something to do at this point. Like, I'm not really sure what just happened, other than the fact that he's. Like, I don't know. This is just ridiculous. But unfortunately, I have to play it out if I want to become reimbursed here. Because unfortunately, we are going to lose this due to time loss. As there's just not enough that I can do at this point to try to get out of this in the time frame given. Just gonna ask him like what he's waiting for. Seems a little ridiculous that he isn't attacking in with everything. You have like 5 flyers. Oh my goodness. This guy is plainly So here we go on to game 3.